Thank you so much for being here, guys. Again, I am your host, Chris.
I'm your host, Vince.
And welcome to another podcast episode.
Episode number dos.
We have a very, very special guest today, guys. Considering the fact that this is our official Doctor Strange episode.
And our very, very first guest.
Our very first guest, we have our beautiful Ashley.
Ashley Pozo.
Hello.
Hello, Ashley, my beautiful wife of 4 years.
Yes.
We actually celebrated, well, we didn't celebrate because of the COVIDs, but we actually celebrated, we have 5 years together, just together.
In general.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Is it 5 years or 6 years? No, it's 3 years marriage, 5 years together.
Yes.
3 years marriage,
It'll
5
be
years together.
October.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I mean, honestly, just real quick, kind of going into it, we've had a bit of a delay with our podcast lately. We had some COVID drama. Drama. 2 out of 3 people in this room had COVID recently.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't me.
It wasn't Vince.
It was me.
We had some COVID issues. We had COVID, so we were stuck at home and we weren't able to
Get together
and do this. But
yeah.
we were able to watch Doctor Strange, which was an incredible experience. And this is why we really wanted to do a Doctor Strange episode. Also, by the time this episode comes out, I feel like it gives...
I think it gives us enough time for everyone to have watched it.
For sure. And I feel like a lot of our viewers are those people who are like... Because I've gotten a lot of people who actually listen to the show, like, reach out and be like, yo, did you watch Doctor Strange? And I was like, yes, watch our podcast.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I'm going to get right back to you on that.
Exactly. But we really want to get your honest opinion. Like, what do you think of the show so far? I mean, we're 2 episodes in.
I was like, what show?
This show. The one you were on.
The one you're on currently live.
I mean, y'all are doing great. There's just a lot to learn still.
That's what I was telling Chris about earlier. I feel like this whole experience is going to be like... You learn as you go.
Yeah.
You know, with the cameras, with the audio,
The editing.
microphones, the editing. Of course.
Because it's a long process.
It's a very long process.
And I need my laptop back.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I
If you think
still
about
do.
it.
I still got finals.
Speaking of your finals, our audience does not know what you are in school for. What are you going to school for right now?
I'm going to be a surgical tech.
What's a surgical tech?
We pass instruments to the surgeons and like assist on surgeries, but our main job is to keep everything sterile.
You give all the instruments to Dr. Strange.
Yeah.
That's actually a reason
Hence why I like Dr. Strange.
Hence why she likes Dr. Strange.
Because I wanted to be a surgeon, but
Yeah.
that's not a school.
Yeah, maybe later. A
Few years.
Yeah, a few years down the line. when your late podcast can handle all the other stuff, and then Ashley can go back to school. Yeah.
So follow and subscribe.
Yeah, but it's actually funny because like before we went to watch Doctor Strange, we actually saw Doctor Strange at the house. Like we just watched the first one.
Oh, like the first one, yeah.
And like Ashley, like now she's in school to be a surgical tech, but like while we're watching it, Ashley's like, they need to pass it like this. They need to pass this
I think there was a scene or something like that. We were watching something. I remember I was with you guys and we were watching it. They're like, oh my god, why aren't they wearing gloves?
Oh yeah.
Gloves at?
Yeah.
No one's wearing gloves. She was like freaking out about the whole scene about no one wearing gloves.
She actually passed her second semester of surgical tech program.
Down.
And she passed it with flying colors. I mean, she got a 92, something like that.
92.48.
Definitely celebrated with COVID at the house when she came back from her final. But yeah, it was awesome. I mean, how do you like the program so far? Like, do you feel like this is it? Like, this is your calling?
I like it. Here's the thing, but I'm really tired.
Oh yeah,
of life.
I mean,
I have to give it to you, Ash. I see you.
Like she has like 8-hour surgeries.
Taken away from having to take care of everyone at home. You also have homework that you have to do, and then you go to sleep early, and then you have to wake up like in the crack of dawn. Like it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. You have to get up and ready to go. And then go about your day and do everything. That's day after day after day.
Yeah, it's definitely tiring.
Yeah.
But once I'm there, like once I'm doing like surgery and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have normal jobs right now. Like we have I have an office job for sure.
Office job.
You manage a restaurant, and like I feel like, I mean, I don't know I don't know about you, but for me it's like I go to work and I'm like, all right, when do I clock out? That's just how I feel at my place.
Yeah, I guess. Mine is the same way. Like, where do I clock out? But like with the hours that I need.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, like can I clock out now but still have the hours? You know. For
But I mean, that's the cool thing about your job. It's just like, you know, you're once you graduate, you're gonna go to a job that like you're gonna be happy doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then this is what you've been looking forward to this whole time.
Hey guys, this is why we're doing this, cause we want this to be our 9 to 5.
Hopefully, this will be our 9 to 5 right here.
You're a mother of how many?
2.
Mother of 2.
2. What are their names?
Liam and Lily.
Liam and Lily.
Double L.
Double L. Triple L. You got a
Triple
dog?
L with Luna.
Oh, with Luna. That
Dog named
correct.
Luna.
You know, when I was pregnant with Lily, I was like, dang it, I wish we never named Luna because I really like that name.
Oh, for Lily.
And
to
I
put it
wanted
for
my baby
Lily?
to, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't do that because then I have 2 Lunas.
We'll just switch them. Call Luna Lily.
You are Lily.
Now Lily.
Yeah, I mean, we also got some pretty exciting stuff too. We have our daughter's first birthday. First birthday.
Fun. Oh my goodness, it feels like just yesterday that I was coming to y'all's apartment. What time did you call me again?
5.
Yeah, it's like
at
5 o'clock in the
yeah.
morning
5 o'clock in the morning,
to
and
watch Liam.
I don't know how I woke up. Maybe I
That's
just...
funny because one thing about Vicente, he never answers his phone.
Best quality trait of your co-host partner for the podcast.
Okay,
No,
see,
it's okay.
I've been more aware of my phone lately.
You have. I'll give you that.
I've been way more aware of my phone, but usually when I'm out and about, I'm just out and about. Like the phone is like maybe one of the last things like I'm occupied for, but I answered right away, and I was at their house at no later than like 5:10.
Yep.
And
Shout out to you for coming through.
Shout out to Vince because he had to watch our son, Liam. And you know, we go to the hospital, and there you go. Lily's coming. She came 5 hours later, like maybe less.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're having Lily's first birthday. It being Encanto themed, and I mean, it is a Colombian themed movie. And we're not doing this just because Ashley's Colombian. We're actually doing this because Lily is a huge fan
Yeah.
of Encanto.
She really likes it.
so is it like whenever you put it on, like she stays entertained the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
dances to the music.
She's almost like saying phrases from the movie, like, and she's like, you know, about to be one. And she's actually saying like some of this stuff, like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
In her baby language.
In her baby language, she's like, "How about Canto?" You know what I mean? We actually we were hunting this down forever, but we actually got the Mirabelle dress, and I mean, it looks amazing. I mean,
She looks super cute.
I was able to see the
You gotta see
the dress. The dress.
Yeah.
I have not seen the pictures yet.
She saw like a little.
I saw like a little
sneak peek,
like a little sneak in there. Yeah, but I didn't really take a good look.
But yeah, it's gonna be great, and we're so excited for little Lily. Hey, let's go ahead and get right into what we're here for. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, bro.
Okay, but wait, let's talk about Liam at the movie theater.
What?
Let's talk about
Find
it.
me, Peter.
Oh yes, bro, that was so awesome. Like Ashley's like telling me, she's like, look at Liam, and Liam's like watching. He's like eating his popcorn, like look at it. He's like doing the whole Doctor Strange thing, and I'm like, what's up, baby? And I look at him, and he's like, where's Peter Parker? Where's Peter Parker? Man, it was so funny.
That's funny. Just recreating that.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome, but like. Just the build up to going to the movies.
Definitely.
Movies.
Y'all were there like what, like 10 minutes or like 10
Yeah,
minutes early?
yeah.
I remember. I think you freaked out when I called you. I'm like, hey man, what time does the movie start?
Yeah.
Because mind you, I was at work.
Yeah.
I was at work because I had to work and we closed at 9, right?
The movie starts at.
The movie
9.
started at 9. The movie started at 9. So.
Okay, gotta go.
Question. I mean, I've worked at a restaurant before, but like, what do you do with customers who are like when do you kick them out? Like, do you kick out customers, or are there usually not customers at the end of your shift?
Usually, so we can't kick them out. If it's like,
I know, right?
so
I got a movie. Let's go.
Oh man, this case I would have been like, you can kick them out like if you're waiting there and it's like an hour later, like 10.
Oh, okay. But I mean, yeah, man, the build up, like the hesitation to get there. I think like the first thing I was like getting frustrated about is like they're like, oh, hot dog, because we hadn't eaten all day, and they're like, hey, these hot dogs are 15 minutes, and we were like, what? And we were like going crazy over it, and then like, I've never done this before, but they actually delivered the hot dogs to our seats.
Dang, that's cool.
Yeah, I even forgot. Like once we were sitting down, this random person brings me like a little bag. I'm like, what?
And I'm like,
I'm watching
3
the movie.
hot dogs.
What do you want? What do you want?
I'm like, what do you want to do? I'm watching the movie. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it was awesome. I mean, we got hot dogs delivered to us. Trailers, the trailers were freaking incredible. But yeah, and you know, going into the movie, I mean, I could definitely go to you with this. Like, it was definitely something you were not expecting. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what were your expectations like going into this? Like,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't even know. I wanted the characters to like have like this huge. I mean, they did have a huge storyline, but I guess it wasn't a storyline that I was like into.
yeah, I mean, I thought it was hilarious because like actually at the end of the movie, like not even like maybe midway where like stuff starts to really go down, I like looked at Ashley and I was like, and I'm like, dude, she's definitely not gonna like this movie. Like, it was just something that Sam Raimi, like, it was his own touch, something you've never seen before, which I feel like a lot of people can agree with and disagree with.
I've seen a lot of like mixed reviews about the movie.
Like, I feel like there was like a lot of mixed feelings about like the decisions that were made throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like the Illuminati.
I thought that was so dumb.
That whole sequence.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we'll go into it. It's a huge movie, a huge thing to do to introduce cameos and all that stuff. Which I honestly was. I think my expectations were either. Some of the cameos were super awesome. I mean, I'm super hyped for, and some others were just like, I don't really agree with it. But
publicity of the movie and like everything that rumors here, rumors there, everything you heard on Twitter, on Instagram, you know, all the news out there.
Yeah.
You know, like, there was like so much stuff. Like, you were like, man, who is in this movie or who's gonna be in this movie? So it got everyone's hopes up. Like, there was like memes everywhere of like the expectations for Multiverse of Madness, and like literally every character was on there.
Was there any like any cameos that you were expecting to see in the movie?
I mean, no, not really.
Really?
I wasn't really there for that.
You were just there for Scarlet and Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I did like his wife. Like
whose
the
wife?
or not his wife. I'm sorry, his little lover,
Christine. Oh yeah.
And every like her personality was so different from like universe to universe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, same with Doctor Strange, but hers was like. It was so crazy to see her like be something else.
A different character, but the same character.
Yeah. So she was cute. I like her.
Yeah, I was excited to see Christine, and I knew there was going to be a different variant of Christine, but she took her role like even as herself, like she took her job very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that she
very confident.
She was very confident and like she took it seriously about like how to go about each personality.
Yeah.
So you can tell the difference between each of them.
She did great.
She did good. I think she did good all around. Like even towards the end of the movie, I feel like she did great.
You know, if we're talking about take away the movie in general, if we're talking about acting wise.
Yeah.
I think Wanda.
I mean, she did amazing.
I think like Wanda.
Oh yeah, you can say that.
We have to give the props
the
to Wanda.
acting, yes, it was wow.
Oh okay. I didn't know you.
But her storyline was like, bro, what?
Yeah, I mean, like
I didn't think that she was gonna be so villainy.
Yeah, I didn't like that
No,
she like kind of. I mean, and it's understandable why she went rogue, but I'm like, you didn't need to do all that.
You know, I think, you gotta remember, like, at the end of WandaVision,
yes,
she has coped with it. She's finally coped with it, right? But then she did the biggest mistake at the very end. Well,
listen to this.
But then you gotta remember at the end of WandaVision, you know, she coped with it, but then she went away to be in that little cabin by herself.
Yes.
And you can see in the cabin that she is reading the Darkhold.
Yeah,
which is reading the Darkhold crazier and crazier and crazier. Mm-hmm. And the more you read the Darkhold, the more it takes you over.
Yeah, it explains it in the movie. Like you read the Darkhold, like you're one of the dark side.
Yeah, like
I mean, like I said, it is understandable why it happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it.
I feel like she just read it so much. Like she had so much time with the Darkhold, more than you see like Doctor Strange with it. More than you see anybody else with it. Like
but that's who she's meant to be anyway.
Yes.
Super powerful, you know.
And I mean, I can see why, you know, like why they went that route with Wanda.
Yeah.
You know, like it makes sense. I feel like a lot of people didn't like it. Because they're just so used to seeing Wanda and being like
a hero.
Yeah. So it's a very different take.
And that's what you want her to be.
Yeah, and it's also true that I feel like you could also say that Wanda, she has played the hero role a lot. I mean, that's why she's everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
She has played the hero role a lot, and I mean, it's like,
And she's come in clutch so many times.
yeah, she's come in handy. She's done her fair share of.
I know, but we want more.
Yeah.
Why don't?
And I feel like we're gonna get there, but we needed this to happen.
I think it has to show. I think it wants to show you like how corrupt the Darkhold can make him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
I
make him
mean,
be. So
I
like,
get that, but still.
It's kind of like Iron Man dying. Like it sucks that it happened, but it had to happen.
like it was bound to happen. And
so that way all this other stuff can happen. It's like
I don't even want to talk about Tony Stark.
yeah, R.I.P. I know you still mourn.
A lot.
still mourning to this
Yes.
day.
That's why I'm like, don't put on Endgame. Don't put it on.
But just watch it. Just watch it and then just cut it off the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I always get so mad. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, this is a great movie.
Okay,
and
real
then
quick.
it comes to the end, and I'm like,
Side note: Where in Endgame are you like? Dang, I'm sad now. Like, I have my part, and it's very like.
well, Gamora dying is pretty sad.
That's Infinity War.
That's Infinity War, but Endgame.
Oh yeah. Endgame.
That's a good point.
That's a good point, though.
And it looks stupid.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Like my Endgame, like sad moment, like the saddest moment I'm in, is the cheeseburgers.
Oh,
that's
man.
nice, bro. I can watch that movie so many times, but the part where I officially start crying or like shed a tear is that part. It's like your dad liked cheeseburgers.
No,
That's
the
my
message was pretty sad, and that was before that.
I Love You 2000.
Yeah.
That used to be mine, but then I've watched it so much that now it's always gonna be.
No, honestly, just him dying is like.
Really?
Yeah, when
I'm good
Peter,
there.
when Peter Parker's like telling him like all this
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
I'm
bad.
like, that's damn near his dad.
What about you? Like, what's your oh, I gotta shed a tear moment?
Dang, man, that's hard.
I feel like y'all were crying the whole movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. When we were there, for sure.
Man,
Oh wait, sorry. I know why I said Gamora. I was thinking about Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow.
Oh yeah,
Widow,
Black Widow died.
the whole sequence
That's
between
sad.
Hawkeye and
Yeah, that's them. That's
Yeah,
them.
that's
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Because they actually had to fight each other to like,
To the death.
yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
old
Okay,
man Cap.
So I was gonna say, I mean, mine had to be, you're about to shed a tear after all this Iron Man and funeral happening.
Yeah.
You're getting rid of one Avenger, right?
Yeah.
Almost the main one that started it all, right?
Yeah.
So then now you go to your next scene, and then you gotta get rid of another one because it's old man Steve, and I'm just like, I think that's when I just had to lose it there. I was like, man.
Yeah, like you're at the very end. You're like,
Yes.
Like I thought. Oh yeah, and then he finally had
That's
his
just
happy
so
ending.
dumb. I can't believe he went back for her.
Nah, I see it.
Hello, we need you in
I
the
see it.
movies. You're gonna be dancing right now. You're gonna be fighting.
But I like how he also did it, with the advice of Tony. Tony always told him, get a life.
Yeah, get a life, man. Yeah, that's true.
Stop being a soldier your whole life. You need a life.
So with Doctor Strange, I really love how the movie starts off. The intro to it, where it's like, it's he's at the wedding, and then like stuff goes down in New York.
It's very fast paced.
That's the part where I love it because it's like, oh, I get to see this hero's everyday life of crime fighting. Like, right then and there, perfect. I'm like sitting back. I want to see an everyday life of this hero. I'm here for that kind of stuff. So I saw that with Doctor Strange and Wong. I was like, this is so cool. Like, he leaves the wedding. He gets to show off his abilities.
Like, yeah, you can see that he's mastered his magic a lot. He just uses it for fun. He just like ties his tie, without even touching it. The way he falls off he jumps out the building, and then he puts his cape on, and then like his whole suit just comes on. Yeah, perfect. Love it.
Yeah, I mean that's what sucks in movies. That's why Disney does the series, because you get to see that with other characters. But yeah, I loved it. I love that they included that whole skit with that, and then. I think America Chavez, like the fact that she has like this Latin attitude, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
for sure.
I don't know. What do you think about like America Chavez? Like,
she's cute.
She's cute.
I think I like the relationship that she has with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to see Doctor Strange being like that.
A mentor.
Parent, or like a mentor, because he did it with Spider-Man 2, and I'm like, oh, so cute.
Yeah, that's true.
And he did it with America Chavez too, so I'm like, that vibes.
Like he sees like the good in people, you know. Like,
Yeah.
And then he's like, he wants to help them out as much as they can.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he definitely did right off the bat. He's like, okay, why am I saving you?
I know.
Yeah, he's like,
What do you
For me.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, I'll send you.
Which is cool because it's like going back to or going to like what Professor X says is he's like, let's see what Doctor Strange you are. He's obviously a way better, bigger Doctor Strange as a person.
Yeah.
Because you right off the bat, you see another variant of him trying to just kill America Chavez, and he's like, "This is the only answer. I gotta go for it."
yeah, like the selfish. Kind
Yeah. So it was great to see that he is special. Our Doctor Strange is special.
The mean
He's so
version.
cute.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
But
Not the actor, like I don't find him attractive, but he's just cute.
well, let me ask you this, okay? Because I know the movie was so different. We didn't like how Wanda was such a villain. How did you feel about like Doctor Strange character in this movie?
Okay, so I it's not that I didn't like the movie, it's more like I don't like when things get so dark.
Yeah. Of course. But do you think like Doctor Strange character in this movie went so dark?
Yeah, no, I think he was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like the zombie Doctor Strange, like the dead one. Like, I didn't need all that.
Yeah.
Shadows got him. Like, that's pretty scary and like a kid's. Like,
yeah, that's true. That did like, you know, one thing I will say about that scene that I really liked was like the way it made me feel was like, man, this like it feels like almost like a
scary movie.
yeah, because like the souls like kind of corrupt his body and he's like ice cold and he's like having seizures. Like that's something you see in a scary movie, like The Conjuring or
that's
something.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't like movies that get that dark.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because like they promoted it. Sam Raimi at the beginning said like, I'm gonna take a scary toll on the movie. It's gonna be a scary thing to it. And then everybody was like, man, what the hell is gonna happen? And how's he gonna do that?
Is this movie rated R?
No, it's PG-13.
A lot of people were like saying like, man, this movie could have passed for rated R.
Yeah.
Or like borderline rated R. It should have. But then again, you got to think about like a lot of people want the darkness because.
Yeah, but if you want the darkness, just put it rated R.
Yeah,
because Liam was there, and I was like, dude, cover your eyes. Like, you can't have freaking eyes.
Especially with that whole Illuminati scene, like.
Yeah, we definitely did, like, you know, for anyone who hasn't watched it, like, don't bring the kiddos. We did bring our kiddos, but we also brought an iPad, with you know, so they could hear that and
like
watch
cover
that.
their heads like this.
Yeah, so I mean, luckily we were able to like protect them from looking at this stuff that was in the movie, but don't bring your kiddos.
Don't bring your kids.
Yeah, don't bring your kids.
Advice.
There's always sides. Like, is it too dark? Is it not? I feel like I am in the middle a little bit, because I'm like, man, like I'm still confused of like, should we have given this movie to Sam Raimi? And I'm gonna explain why I think that, because so let's go into the scene, which is the Illuminati scene, right? Illuminati scene, you know, spoilers ahead, guys.
Spaghetti scene.
Spaghetti scene. But okay, so who do we see in the Illuminati?
Okay,
Mr. Elastic.
It's not Mr. Elastic.
Oh wait, that's
Mr. Fantastic.
That's his wife.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Her name is not Mrs. Elastic.
Oh. No, she's the one that goes invisible, right?
Yeah. It's Mr. Fantastic. Which I don't even want to start with him, bro. Like,
his wife is Miss Invisible Woman.
Yeah,
Miss Invisible Woman.
That's her name. Let's go back. Who's in the Illuminati?
Okay, so we first get to see Master Mordo.
Yes.
Right? At
Yes.
the beginning, we get to see Master Mordo.
Yes.
What do we get after that? We get a look at What If Agent Carter.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Agent Carter. Which I will say,
Captain Carter. My bad.
Captain Carter. Yeah. Captain Carter's look. I mean, as a female, do you like Captain Carter's look?
Like, she's cute or whatever.
She's cute. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you didn't see What If, right? Did you see Captain Carter's episode?
I think I did. Yes.
Okay, and what did you think then?
I didn't like What If.
See, I feel like a lot of people don't like What If, but because it was animated, like they're so used to everything being, you know. But then I was actually very happy to see that the What If series, you know, ties into the live action.
Yeah, it did.
You know, so that's what I'm happy to see.
Funny.
Like we saw it and it wasn't for nothing.
Yeah, like we're knowledgeable of the storyline and it wasn't for nothing. And then we also get Black Bolt.
We get Black Bolt, and that is back from the Inhuman series.
Yeah, it's not the same actor.
Same
right?
actor.
It is?
Yeah. So they brought him back, and they did everything.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the series a little bit, but then I got kind of like not so.
I heard it wasn't great.
Yeah, so it wasn't really the best thing in here.
But I will say this because I did do some research on like Black Bolt, and like I heard that. I mean, I thought about it in the movie when I was watching it. It's like I really don't like that Black Bolt was here, but he was also a big part of the Illuminati in the comics.
He is a big part of the original comics.
Yeah, so it's like I can see why they did it. You know,
he's a team member for sure.
Yeah, which his powers is great, but it's like he only has one power. You can only do one thing with it, which is anytime he talks, he has that sonic movement. You know, but
very powerful thing to do.
It is very powerful. It is very powerful. But if you're Wanda, you know what to do. So we get Miriam Rambeau as Captain Marvel, which she looks great. I mean, I feel like
great.
I feel like she looked confident in her suit. Yeah, she looked.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because as we're seeing Captain Marvel, it's like completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Then you get here and it's reversed.
Yeah, she looks like she had a great hold of her powers until she didn't. And then we also, I mean, we got Professor X, which I like that they showed him a little bit like towards the end.
Yeah, they gave him a little bit bigger of an intro coming in with his whole wheelchair.
Dude, that is sick. I mean, I don't know if you watched the animated series when you were younger, but that's like what he used.
That is
in the animated series, which is so
cool.
From the X-Men,
yeah, big old yellow tank thing.
Now you are actually a fan of the X-Men.
I am.
You were.
Yes.
Now, were you knowing that Professor X was going to come in this movie? Were you expecting other cameos from X-Men, like Hugh Jackman or?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they brought Xavier, why not just bring everybody else?
Yeah.
The heck?
I mean, obviously people were like, "Oh, Hugh Jackman's coming back to this movie," which
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, everyone thought that because Professor X was coming. They're like, "Oh, there has to be the X-Men following him behind." You know what I mean?
I didn't think so.
You didn't think so?
No.
Now there's a couple cameos that were rumored, and I was honestly expecting to see them, but I didn't put my hopes up there.
I'm gonna ask you this question: what is the number one cameo that you wanted to see? That out of all the theories out there, what is the number one? Take out Spider-Man. Oh, okay. Take out Spider-Man. Because I know that like either Andrew or Toby were like in the theory together. But take them out. Take Spider-Man out in general. Your number one, fan theory that you hoped came true in the movie.
I did honestly. I will admit, and it's hard for me to admit, but I did want like another variant of Iron Man. I honestly thought it would be awesome to see another variant of Iron Man because here's why. And I don't think you know this. We know this. But in Iron Man 2, Iron Man goes to court. He has to go to a jury, and he has to. They have to decide whether or not Tony Stark is capable of keeping the suit and being his own superhero under his own supervision. And he won that case. But while he's on his phone, there's an app on his phone that says Illuminati. Straight up. And this was years ago. So I'm thinking, okay, awesome. Like, here's one thing that happened a long time ago in the MCU, and we're going to actually see come to actually play. And it did, but Tony Stark wasn't involved in it, which I was like, oh, there you go. Like, I saw that clue, and this is what I'm going with. And that was my theory that I wanted to believe in.
There's a lot of rumors about, Tom Cruise being...
Yeah.
Because it's funny because...
We weren't excited about that.
No.
We talked about it, and we were like, it would be cool, but we were not really... Like,
that's funny because that was another fan cast at the very, very, very beginning. That if it wasn't Robert Downey Jr., it was going to be Tom Cruise.
No, there's only one Iron Man.
That's how it was.
Now we look at it.
Yeah, now we look at it like no one else can ever be Iron Man. It will always be Robert Downey Jr. But
going back to the Illuminati, our favorites cameo.
Oh, that's when me and him were just like,
dude, like, because I talked to you about this. I even told you before. This is one of the theories that I had went over with Ashley before watching the movie. Is like John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, and she's like, I don't know, I don't like it. But then I showed her the picture like people made,
like the little fan.
Yeah, I'll post it in the video. But like the fan pictures that people were making, and I showed it to her, and she's like, oh, I can see that.
That doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it looks great. And I was so happy. Like the way he presented himself, a little remote. Like he's literally the next like Tony Stark. I mean, he's smart.
He's actually supposed to be smarter than Tony Stark.
He is supposed to be smarter
than Tony Stark.
Yes. I mean,
you see about that?
No, he is. I mean,
he died within a second.
Yeah, that
Tony Stark would have. Tony Stark. Tony Stark would have never.
That is durability. That is how much they can. that's how durability that maybe I don't know what the
Tony
chances
Stark would have been like,
of Tony
Wanda,
dying.
chill the F out.
The way that Tony Stark presents his abilities is like he's in an armored suit. It'd be very difficult for. I feel like if let's say Tony was there, this is my theory, right? If Tony was there, homie would have found a way to leave. He would have exited the building and figured something else out.
Yeah.
He would not have stayed in there. We can all say Tony is a little selfish, and he would have found his way out of that place.
What would have been crazy if they would have brought like different variants of like the actual Avengers,
Yeah.
and they all had to fight Wanda.
Yeah.
Like, hello, you're part of this group.
Yeah.
Come back.
Here's the thing is that like I feel like the Avengers is separate from the Illuminati. Like there's stuff the Illuminati know. This is why like even in our society people believe there's an Illuminati. Like there's stuff that people are not supposed to know about. And I feel like the fact that Wanda is so dark, the Illuminati's meant to be there because they don't want Wanda. Because once Wanda kills him off and she gets what she wants, she's gone. No one in the whole world has to know the Illuminati died, and no one has to know that like she was there and she was the fault in that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's why the Illuminati exists, and that's why we only see, and spoilers ahead again, that's why we only see Wanda kill and destroy the whole Illuminati because
For reals.
I mean, John Krasinski was definitely the worst kill.
I think he got it the worst.
Yeah, he definitely got that.
The saddest part was when she was like, is your wife still alive?
Oh, like is the mom still?
I literally thought about his wife like immediately. I'm like, oh my god, I can see her at home, like getting this news and.
This is your husband, and it's just all like.
Spaghetti.
No, I actually recorded that moment like on my phone just so that way I can review this stuff later. Man, did you see like it's very,
it was just
graphic content, okay? But no, not only does he come into string cheese, it gets to his body, like to his head.
Oh yeah, and
it just pops like a balloon. Oh my god, that's just so
She
gruesome.
was so bad.
Yeah, she was so bad.
She
Like,
was so scared.
I will. Okay, good.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
No, I would just say like.
Yeah, look at the meme. The Spider-Man meme.
I wish we had like a whole like a camera, like we could all do that to each other. Yeah. But okay, I'll go first. Okay, so this is what I wanted to get into earlier. Is like the reason why I don't agree with this whole Sam Raimi taking this movie over is because, and you haven't watched this, but there's a show called The Boys, and The Boys is a show about like a very dark turn on how superheroes would be.
I have seen this show.
Oh, you have seen it?
Yes.
With me?
Yes.
Dude,
Horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I'm a fan, but the way the show makes me feel, it makes me feel so disgusted because heroes have an ability to kill very easily, like whatever your power is, and that show, the way it makes me feel when I see a hero in action, like doing messed up stuff like this, is exactly what this movie made me feel.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Like total The Boy vibe. Like it was just like, oh, like I don't want this. Like this isn't what I want from a hero, like a superhero. You know what I mean? It
makes you feel sinful.
Yeah, it makes me. Yeah, it's a perfect way to put it, and it's just like seeing how, like, literally as soon as she like takes away Black Bolt's mouth, and he screams inside his mouth.
That one was a big what the F moment.
Yeah, it was
a big what the F moment.
Because
I was like,
that literally made me feel, I'm like,
bro,
dude, this is the most, like, in that moment, I'm like, this is the craziest thing Marvel could ever have done.
And that was very graphic too.
It was very graphic.
You basically just like saw his brains get blown out.
Yeah, it was very graphic and very just dark. And that's what, like, as soon as that scene happened, I'm like, okay, we are
done.
This is it's like a roller coaster that's about to just go straight down. You're like, oh, here we go. Like, we're about to see some crazy stuff right here.
And you know, like, I hate that we got like all these new cameos and everything, and they were gone like that.
Yes.
You know, like, like at one second you're like, yeah, and then the next second you're like,
they're all dead.
Just like,
but I will say this, in my opinion, I just don't like how these guys went out. Like,
it was so dumb.
And I think it's because
I told Chris that I was like, why would you bring him for literally 2 seconds?
Yeah.
And then they're all dead.
I mean, going back on what you saw, like, I see Captain Carter, which this was probably my second favorite cameo, because she gets the shield and she's like, you actually see her.
Oh,
like,
you know what part of what the
I think I'm about to say
like, I could do this all day.
Yes, that's what I was
Literally.
Yeah, and then she gets cut in half. Like, it's like, I was like, you were there. Like, everyone was screaming, yeah, like, can't believe she said that. And
that was, I know, like, we're just like, Damn.
I thought she had more fight in her, and it was just like
she put a good fight though. I think she put a better fight
for her and her like her powers.
Set.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I totally had I totally had Captain America vibes, like when she's walking away or when she's running through the whole area and you can't hear her footsteps.
Oh, yeah.
Total Steve Rogers move right there. Like,
and it's whenever she said I could do this all day, I was like, dude, this is awesome. I was like,
everyone was cheering.
I know, everybody was like, whoa, like you just know it's not like a Steve Rogers thing. It's a Captain America across the multiverse.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably their saying. It's like their trademark saying.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, obviously we're not going to have Captain Carter back because we have our own, Captain America. We're not going to have our own Maria Rambeau because we have our Carol Danvers. We're not going to have, our Black Bolt because we probably don't want it. I think the MCU just doesn't want it. We don't need it.
After how the show went, I think we're just like...
Professor X, I think we'll see him soon. We'll see maybe either a different version of him or the same version of him in the future. And John Krasinski, I really, really hope they bring him back. I mean, you and me...
I really liked how he looked. I feel like he fit the suit, really good. Like, it looks like he could be Mr. Fantastic for a long time.
And I hope I might. Like, this is something I have my hopes up for. We get the rumors and we get news that, what's his name? Not Sam Raimi. John Watts. Because John Watts was originally supposed to direct. The guy who directs No Way Home. John Watts
all three Spider-Man movies.
All three Spider-Man. He's supposed to direct Fantastic Four, which is like, oh my god, Spider-Man is going to be in Fantastic Four. Like, that's exactly what you think of. Well, he stepped down after Doctor Strange comes out, or maybe a little bit before, actually.
A little bit before he stepped down, he was like,
he needs to take a break from these movies and really know, like, he's kind of the same Andrew Garfield move. Like, he needs to take a break from these movies and, like, figure out what he wants to go to next. And then you get an interview of John Krasinski saying that, he's totally playing the Andrew Garfield card. He's like, oh, no, I'm not in the movie, but I would love to be in it. But he also mentions he would love to star, and he would also love to direct. So that right there, like, it really brings my hopes up to see John Krasinski reprise his role as Mr. Fantastic in the future. And, I hope I don't get my hopes up, but I'm definitely high hopes. I have faith in this.
Yeah, because, you gotta think about, like... Yeah, you can think about, like, it was their universe's Reed Richards, right?
Yeah.
So that means we still have our Reed Richards, and every multiverse it was, the same Doctor Strange. Yeah. So it just gives me hopes that, like, it's the same actor for us, the same person.
Exactly.
So I hope.
So, like, having everything be so dark in the middle of the movie and have such a big climax. Now, did you like how it ended at least?
Are you crazy?
That was the worst part
for Ashley.
Well,
I feel like that was the worst
dead.
Well, okay, let's backtrack. Okay, before watching this movie, you have to have knowledge that Scarlet Witch, Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen, has a contract with Marvel for another X amount of years. So you already know in the back of your head she can't die. She can't die. I mean, if she dies, it's like a different variant. But
I saw a tweet that it was like in WandaVision when she was going back and forth with Agatha and she did like a little snap and she vanished.
Yes, you sent me that.
They were like, could this have happened?
Yeah,
right when
I think it could have. I think it totally happened.
Like she could have brought it down, destroyed it, but then like snapped her way out.
If that's the case, then I'm not so mad.
Yeah, you gotta think about that.
But it was still a shocking end. Like, what do you mean she just died just like that? Like, what?
I think out of everything, that's like the most disappointing part because it does leave the audience thinking we're not gonna see her again. Mm-hmm. But one thing,
especially if you're somebody that doesn't like read after the movies or doesn't know anything about like Marvel related, then you obviously think she's dead.
Yeah,
definitely don't like the third eye Doctor Strange.
Oh,
What's up with that? No.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna be something to where it's like Thor, like where he loses his eye and he doesn't have an eye anymore, but then he gets a glass eye. I feel like it's not gonna be something so permanent. I think that's a Sam Raimi touch, but it wants the audience. I feel, in my opinion, that's not fact, but I feel like they want the audience to think that Doctor Strange
is gonna be part of the Illuminati.
No. Doctor Strange has a hold of the dark hold, but it's not consuming him. He can do it whenever he wants, and it's not something that happens every time. Like he's going because her name is Clea.
The girl at the very end.
The girl at the very end.
The purple.
With the purple suit. Her name is Clea, and she's actually a love interest of Doctor Strange.
She is the Oh man, the Sorcerer Supreme is Doctor Strange, and she's the Sorceress Supreme.
It's a princess, maybe. No,
It's the princess.
The princess.
I don't know. That's a word.
Supreme.
Supreme.
Oh, that's a funny joke, baby. So I feel like it just lets you know that he has the power of the Darkhold, but it doesn't consume him. So it was
too much.
It's too much, and again, I feel like it's a Sam Raimi touch. I mean, I don't know if I would say. I mean, I'm honestly gonna say it. I'm gonna put it on camera and say, like, I really don't want Sam Raimi to do another one of these.
For it to be scary because it's about like wizards and stuff.
Like, if they make another like a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like, okay, Sam Raimi, go ahead and do your thing, man, because like that would be fine with it.
But then you gotta think about it. Outside of us, everyone is praising Sam Raimi for his movie.
Yeah, outside of us.
Outside of us, like, there's a lot of people praising his movie for taking a different route and not taking the MCU formula there.
Good.
Maybe that's the thing, though. Like, we're so used to what is.
Yeah, but then that's true. And then, but everything is like colorful. Everything is jokester. Everything is like very bright. Right now, this movie takes a whole different.
You know what I can see him direct? I can see him direct Deadpool.
Deadpool movie?
Yes, yeah. I would love to see like.
Or Venom.
He could even do like Blade or something.
Yeah, I can see him do. Oh, I can totally see him do Blade. That's a good one. Like going back to Clea. Right? Mm-hmm. She, like, they're thinking, like, her whole, she says, what does she say? She says there is an incursion. In between worlds. And that right there is a huge hint going toward the Secret Wars. Avengers Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
Which it has a lot to do with, like, obviously every Avenger movies you see, there's a huge battle, right? Mm-hmm. Well, Secret Wars battle, it's like different kinds of Spider-Man and different kinds of Captain America, like all these multiverses colliding together and going at war. That's what they're hinting, or that's what at least everyone we think hinting towards the Secret Wars. Like this movie is giving you a clue that we're going towards that route at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's a crazy story. You know, like you get like basically you get heroes from that world going against heroes from our world.
Yeah.
Going against whose planet gets to live. Yeah. Basically.
Crazy. I mean, I'm glad Tony Stark is dead for that.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, do you think that's like a good idea? Would you be there for it, or?
I think it'll be a good stopping point for the multiverse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, we've seen the multiverse so much lately.
3 times.
I feel like it's been more than that.
No, I think it's been
Loki, Spider-Man, and this one.
But I think that's their big thing about this phase 4. It's like the multiverse.
This is the multiverse.
You know, you gotta go bigger.
Yeah, this pretty much wraps up our episode. What a great episode, honestly. Baby girl Ashley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being our very first guest on the show.
Super special.
Yeah, you are special. You definitely are.
Very special. Well, that was it for episode 2 of Your Late Podcast.
Yes, sir.
It was a very, very special episode.
Yeah.
Ashley Pozo, very first guest.
Yes.
You know, we were very excited to bring her into the podcast. Especially, I think it just came out like all at a very great timing because we did want her as our first guest, and Doctor Strange came out, which is one of her favorite characters. Yeah. So I feel like it just came into place very, very beautifully.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. And hey guys, I mean, if you haven't watched our first episode already, please go ahead and look at it. Link is in the description below. Also, we have released a new TikTok, guys. Y'all need to check it out. We finally finished, my buddy over here, finally finished his collection of the Hawkeye series for the Funko Pop. So definitely go check it out. It looks super dope.
Oh yeah, for sure. Go check it out. It should be up on our TikTok.
Yeah, on our TikTok, on our Instagram. Please check it out. He actually has like one of the most exclusive, like rarest pops from the series, which is the Yelena masked.
The Chase edition. Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So guys, check it out. We hope you see you soon.
Just follow us. Your Late Podcast right here.
Your Late Podcast, guys. Please like and subscribe. Again, give us some comments. Let us know what you like about the episode. Let us know what you don't like about the episode.
Let us know if we need to fix anything.
If you want to see something else.
Yeah. Anything. All of your inputs we would gladly appreciate.
Yeah.
You know, it will help us out a ton.
It's only going to get better from here, guys. So just keep supporting us. We love you so much. This is Your Late Podcast. We will see you soon.
We love you in every universe. Leave him. How do you do Doctor Strange?
Leah, did you like Doctor Strange?
No.
You didn't like it?
Why?
You said it was for grown-ups.
It was for grown-ups?
Yeah, you told me.
I told you.
So yeah, because of this episode and designated to this episode, we got you a little gift
Oh my goodness!
for being our first guest on the show.
It is pregnant Wanda! Oh my gosh, she's so cute!
Go ahead and show the camera.
Look at her eating her fruit. Go, girl. She's so cute.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very
Look, Sissy. Pasito.
From Your Late Podcast to you.
From
Yay.
Relay Podcast.
Yes, sir. And also for being our very first guest. We got another surprise.
Surprise
I
coming
did
in.
2 surprises.
Yes.
Also from Relay Podcast.
Shut up! Dude, she's gonna freak. Sissy. I guess you can eat the box.
No.
I gotcha. Look! Encanto!
Mira,
Yeah, you
Oh
have
my god.
you have started her collection. I think you're only missing like Luisa and Isabella, but yeah, Ashley's collection is growing for sure.
She's going crazy over
For these, I know she's going over crazy over it.